3. Attack us back! Alright. Moving on to the Panthers and the Falcons. Up first, the Panthers. Alright, so Cam Newton took them to the playoffs last year, along with their defense, missing Greg Hardy. Will they be able to reach, not even a Super Bowl, but the NFC Championship game with Cam Newton at quarterback?
I think they could. They got a solid defense.
But it's not about defense. It's not a matter of the question is Cam holding them back, or is it ownership holding them back?
Saying good defense.
Yeah, but defense don't play offense.
Let me finish, damn it. The good defense, if they can hold the opposing offense to minimal points to allow Cam's subpar throwing ability to maybe put up a couple touchdowns. But in reality, their solid defense is not a Seattle Seahawks defense. So
they do have Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, dude's a freaking beast.
Dude is a beast. Which, that will come up in topic later.
I want him in Green Bay.
Oh, him, J.J. Watt, Clay Matthews, Julius Peppers. Oh.
Put together superstars.
Anyways. No, I don't know if it's a fair question to ask, to be honest. And I know I wrote the question, I asked the question. But, yeah, for a lot of people out there doubt Cam, his accuracy ain't that all that good. Blah, 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 blah. Couple things. Name a receiver you fear other than Kelvin Benjamin. Name a respectable offensive lineman on that team. I can name Ryan Khalil the center, but that's only because I play Madden. Name a running back that has had a 1,000-yard season in the past 3 years for that team. Exactly. Jonathan Stewart's good, or he can be if he stays healthy, but I mean, and that leads back to what I was talking about earlier. I think before we got on camera, it was like, or may have been on camera. I don't even remember. It's all a blur. Too many hits to the head. No, but I mean, Cam's limping around with broken ribs and sprained ankles and all that other shit. How do you think that feels when he goes to throw? Probably hurts like hell. I mean, yeah, he's got Greg Olsen. But, I mean, there's a reason why he broke the rookie record for, passing yards. He had Justin Gross at left tackle, but then he retired. I mean, so if they get a half-ass decent offense around him, then I say, yeah, probably. But right now, I mean, you got, a D-rated wide receiving core, a D-rated offensive line, a D-rated running back stable. I just, it's just like, it don't look good. I mean, the dude's 260 pounds, but even 260 or 240, whatever he is, 245, even that, enough beatings will, beat you down into the ground. So, next question is, are they ever going to spend a draft pick on getting him some weapons? Whether it be more stable running backs, someone else to throw to besides Greg Olsen or Kevin Benjamin?
How'd they go out and get Kelvin Benjamin's old teammate?
Rashad Green? That'd be nice. And he's like a second, third round guy. So he's probably there. You can get DJ Humphries in the first. Hopefully he'll pan out. He can hopefully step in for where Justin Gross left off. Help stabilize that blind side, that offensive line. Get Rashad Green. Maybe you got a little something. All right. Will Jonathan Stewart have a 1,000-yard season this year, or will he get injured again?
Who knows? Cam Newton's gonna have a 1,000-yard season.
He might. He might very well have. Look up Jonathan Stewart real quick.
What?
Look up John Stewart. But he very well could. He very well could. Yeah. And then just a second, folks. All right. So yeah. Last time he broke 1,000 yards was 2009.
Only time he's broken 1,000 yards.
Yeah. In 2011, he had to split time with D'Angelo Williams, and although he only had 761, he had a 5.4. So, dude was balling. But the next 2 years, he kind of dropped. He had Trent Richardson numbers the next 2 years. Anyways, Panthers organization is in a wreck, but that wreck made it to the playoffs. Playoffs? Playoffs? You want to talk about playoffs? Playoffs? I'm not copying anyone, by the way. Totally. All right, so we're gonna move on to the Falcons and the last in the NFC South, who are also in the bid for that playoff spot. How much better will the DB now that they got Quinn as a head coach, or will it change at all? Because Mike Smith, once again, was a defensive coordinator at Jacksonville. Comes in, offense skyrockets, defense tank. So, will they get any better just with the presence of Dan Quinn?
I don't think it would matter who came in at head coach. I think you can see an improvement in the defense because they were so abysmal. Whoever's filling that role, Quinn in the situation, is. I mean, that's top priority.
It's fresh blood.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, you come in, clean slate. I'm changing everything I want to change to make it my system. It's not like, we kind of let the defense kind of get bad through nepotism and bad draft picks. So, hopefully it will be an improvement. I'm not saying they're going to go to a top 10 defense, but hopefully it'll be an improvement. I mean, it's kind of like also Chuck Pagano. He was a defensive coordinator, I do believe. Yeah, because Bruce Arians was the offensive coordinator, I think. No, because Chuck Pagano came from Baltimore, and Bruce came from Pittsburgh, I think. Anyways, point is, Indianapolis's defense hasn't been that great, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get an improvement out of that defense, that offense has got the ability to put up some points.
It's also got the ability to get catastrophically injured on the offensive line. I mean, you had like 3 tight ends playing offensive line. It's pretty damn bad. And if Julio Jones goes down,
they're screwed.
The offense can't produce. Not saying he's the only weapon, but when he goes down, Roddy White gets double covered. They have no tight end. It scares anyone. The run game doesn't scare anyone. Nothing scares anyone. All right. So, moving on. Who carries the rock this year for them? They got Devontae Freeman. He showed... Wait, is it Devontae Freeman? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. He showed promise. Some people say he's a committee back only, meaning he can't carry the rock the full amount necessary. So, you think he gets a chance to shine, or do they draft someone? Not necessarily Todd Gurley, but perhaps David Cobb out of Minnesota, Jay Ajayi, or any of those other plethora of running backs coming out this year.
I said to draft somebody.
Any idea?
Ajayi. We saw looking back.
They do pick early enough, because they picked before Dallas. But there was the red flags about his knee. Like supposedly on the medical recheck, his Gurley's knee passed fine, and there's whispers of him going in the top 10. Ajayi's knee threw up red flags all over the place. But of course, there's also Amir Abdullah.
Oh, no, you don't want to Abdullah.
Fumbleitis. David Cobb from Minnesota. He looks like a bell cow type. Oh, then there's a boy from Michigan State.
Yeah.
What's his name?
He's pretty solid back.
Langston.
Jeremy Langston.
Yeah. Could be, Le'Veon Bell 2.0 there. So, there's a couple options out there. Should they add a receiver this year? Not necessarily in the first round, but perhaps second,
a
third
replacement
round.
for
Harry Douglas.
All that, or a replacement for
Roddy White.
Aging Roddy White.
Yeah, because he is aging. Or perhaps they go out and they get one of those tight ends. Like maybe say Max Williams is still there in the second round. Or Clive Walford. Yeah. And that pretty much wraps it up for that segment. And we're going to come back and talk about the Texans and the Colts. Starting off with, was drafting Jadeveon Clowney first overall a mistake for the Texans? Find out when we come back on Attack the Pack.